everyone. I hope you're all well. The sun is out today, which should make us all happy, but there's a nip in the air which makes it difficult to decide what to wear. I wore a black fleece jacket this morning, but had to take it off. Then I was far too cold, so now I'm half-half. My bottom half is clearly in winter and my top half is still in summer. Anyway, guys, let's get on with today's royal and not so royal news. You know, sometimes I wish I was born in a different era or went to live on an island without internet and television about 40 years ago, totally oblivious to all the craziness of the world. As we all know, the election of a new pope is happening at the Sistine Chapel, and while everyone is waiting for that black or white smoke, a group of women lit pink smoke flares on a nearby hill to protest gender inequality in the church. They want women included in all aspects of the church. They want women ordained as priests in the conclave, and they even suggested Irish President Mary McAleese as a candidate for Pope. You know, I'm all for women's rights, but dear God, leave something for the men. Women are already playing football and boxing and wrestling and whatever else. Can we please leave something for men to do? We actually talked about something similar on the day I took Dragonman to the barber. I was telling my daughter about the other bloke there who obviously asked for the full treatment. He had his hair cut, his beard trimmed, and who knows what else, because the one barber was busy cutting his hair when we walked in and had just finished trimming his beard when we paid and left. My daughter mentioned how well and proper Dragonman's hair was cut each time, and she said that she wished she could have her hair cut there. Dragonman said he was sure she could, but I stopped them both and said no. Seeing how relaxed Dragonman was and how happy and relaxed the other guy was, I 100% feel that men, or some men, also deserve a space where they can go to get pampered in a healthy and clean way without any embarrassment or noise, to get up and be able to walk out feeling like a new man. Why do women feel the need to be able to do everything a man does, or go everywhere men go, and vice versa? Stay in your own lane and be happy. And of course, the other side of the coin would also be true. Anyway, the King and Camilla hosted a garden party at Buckingham Palace yesterday. I must say that the King's colour looks the best I've seen it in a long, long time. There's none of that bluish tinge on his cheeks, which we have seen for almost a year now. And I must say, with all the jewels and art collections and everything the King owns, there's just one thing he can leave me in his will. And that is that blue waistcoat of his. I love that colour. I love the actual collar on the waistcoat and the silver chain. I'm not sure whether it is a pocket watch or not, but regardless, the King can wear that blue waistcoat every day, all day, as far as I'm concerned. Camilla's dress was nice. Not too fond of the colour on her. I think it's a bit dark for her. And I hate that hat. Kind of Puss in Boots looking hat. Something softer on her would be far more appealing, in my opinion, of course. Anne looked stylish in her favourite coat. I know it's a rewear, but she always looks so pretty in it. Sophie and Edward looked dashing, to say the least. I loved Sophie's dress, not so much the hat, and she should have worn dark shoes. But that's about it. Loved the dress. It looked very spring-like, almost summer-like. Really liked it. I also want to congratulate British authorities for denying South African EFF leader Julius Malema a visa to the United Kingdom. Sorry, old Julius, if you were a decent human being or just a politician, no matter your political persuasion, I would have been as indignant. But it is Julius Malema and his Red Beret sycophants who are singing "Kill the farmer, kill the Boer" the loudest, leading violent and damaging protests. No, I think Britain has enough of their own trouble and don't need more. Julius was supposed to talk to students at Cambridge University about, well, listen to this, about global solidarity against Western imperialism and Britain's continued resistance regarding the paying of reparations to victims of colonial conquest. He also wanted to visit the Queen's grave so that, and I quote, he could confirm that she has indeed died so that our people can find justice and peace through her departure. So absolute disrespect. In other words, his only objective was to stir shit. So no, leave him right here. We are perfectly used to his vitriol. If it wasn't for those like him, this country would have been miles ahead and a popular destination for the entire world. It's only Julius and his mates still stuck in the 1960s and 70s and maybe even the early 80s. The rest of us have long since moved on and live, work and go to school together. We don't care. I mean, we just get on with it. We are aware of the history of this country, but we are moving on and hoping that we have learned enough from the past not to make the same mistakes again. Okay, so let's say a few words about Harry appearing on stage again in Las Vegas to launch the Diana Awards Pledge to Invest drive. His speech, or whatever it was so full of word salad, not thought through at all, just word after word. Very, very McGainian. For instance, he said, and I quote, "Far too many young people are locked out of leadership pipelines because we failed to build truly inclusive and accessible pathways." Huh? Excuse me? No, they are not locked out. Young people need to work and gain experience and respect, or work and learn to move themselves into leadership positions. You can't just walk into a leadership position, whether it's straight from college or straight from university. No, you need to mature and gain some experience. What does he mean by truly inclusive and accessible pathways? Inclusive of what? Different races, different genders. Inclusive of what? Accessibility. Again, what does he mean with accessibility? Whether you're male or female, black or white or anything in between, universities and schools and colleges are open to everybody. Education is accessible to everybody. It's up to you to grab the possibilities, the things that is available to you. Well, I have no clue what he meant with not accessible. Does he mean not accessible to the disabled? Well, I have no clue. He is just stringing biggish words together, which may sound good, but at the end of the day, it is just plain gobbledygook. Sagged in his chair, not sitting upright, with a dumb smile. And I'm not being nasty, although I may sound like it, but Harry's smile is even different. He looks different. But anyway, he says he spends as much time as possible with young people. And my question is, why? What can Harry bring to young people? Inspire them to be ambitious and educated? No, certainly not, because he has no ambition and no education. To be positive and productive? No, he can't do that either, because he's the least productive of his entire family. Even 11-year-old George and 76-year-old Charles works much, much harder and does more than Harry. He's also the least positive and the biggest sad sack crybaby of all. Even when it came to mental health, Harry has nothing to contribute, unless you want your kid to self-medicate with, say, ayahuasca and the fruit of the forest. No, thank you. As parent and grandparent, I would want my children and grandchildren as far away from Harry as they can get. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's me for today. I have some stuff to plant very quickly as it is starting to wilt. So please take care and stay safe until we meet again on the next one. Bye.